Hey you guys, it's Paige and welcome back to my channel. Today we are on day 5 of our week-long Pilates challenge, and for today we are doing a Pilates stretch. So this is going to be a low-impact, gentle stretch that's really going to help relieve all that tension in your body and improve your flexibility. So if you're somebody who sits at a desk at work or is constantly driving, this is really going to help to relieve that lower back pain and again just lengthening through the body. Or it's also great if you worked out and you're sore to help relieve all that tension, or maybe you're an athlete looking just to improve your flexibility to help you in your sport. So again, a lot of great benefits. I think it's important to stretch every single day. You don't need that much time, so let's go ahead and get started. Have your mat, and we're going to begin with those legs out, nice and wide apart from each other. Keep that nice turnout position, toes flexed and lifted towards you. Let's take that right arm out, reaching towards the toe. Left arm is gonna go all the way up by the ear, and all you're gonna do is side bend over. You could take your hand on that foot or place it on the floor and just go as far as you can over towards that right side. Making sure, again, we're keeping that nice stretch through the side of the body. Feeling it through the inner thighs, through those hips. And each exhale, try to get a little deeper, a little further in your stretch. And let's go to the other side, all the way up in the center. Now take your left hand over to your left foot, right arm by the ear, again, side bend over. Whether you're holding that foot or placing the forearm on the ground, find where that feels best for you. Continue to lengthen to that side. Keep that turnout. Feet are still flexed towards you. Just stay with that same breath as we hold this stretch. And come all the way back up. Now from there, we're gonna rotate to look over to the right side first. We're gonna go into our crow stretch. So all I want you to do is bend that right knee, keep it nice and turned out, foot flexed. Reach your left leg back behind you, pointed toe, and just try to keep that nice turnout position with that right side that's in front of you. Now you can stay upright. If you want, you can walk your hands a little further out to get a deeper stretch, and just walk those hands as far out as you can. Gaze towards the floor, keeping that neck in line with the spine. Again, each exhale, maybe walk a little further out, get a little deeper in that stretch. And start to walk your hands up if you're not already upright. From there, we're gonna do the other side. So rotate back to the front of the room. And again, you could take that right leg out. Bend now the left knee, rotate towards the left side. Keep it turned out, nice and flexed foot. Go ahead and reach that right leg straight behind you. Same thing, you can stay all the way up, or you can start to walk it forward for a little bit more of a stretch. And just hold it there. Keep those hips parallel towards the floor.
I've been trying to go the other way, but I can't seem to get you out of my head, out of my head. I've been fighting everything you'll be, 'cause
Good, and start to walk those hands all the way up. Good, when you're ready, back to the front of the room. Good, now again, rotate both legs. We're gonna go into a butterfly stretch. So press those feet together, lay your knees open wide, and just let those knees start to melt and fall towards the floor. And again, we're gonna walk forward. So take your hands on the floor, walk it out, just go as far as you want or to where that feels good for you. I'm just gonna hold it, opening through those hips. Do a little rock from side to side if you would like to. But again, the longer we hold, the deeper we can go into that stretch. Each exhale, walking a little further out, feeling those knees fall further down towards the mat.
let me give it all to you. Let me give it all to you.
Good, and start to walk those hands all the way back up. Good, now you can pull those legs back together. We're gonna lower down onto our knees facing towards the right side. From there, take your right foot forward, have it between both those palms. Shift your hips forward, keep that left leg back behind you, parallel with the hips. And again, chest is not dropping on the thigh, but slightly lifted up. And we're just gonna lean forward, feel a nice little stretch through that hip. Good, and then from there, you're gonna shift it back. Extend the right leg, flex the foot, feel that stretch in your right hamstring. Hands are still on the mat. Hold it for a moment, and then once again, shift and walk the hands forward, lean back into that lunge, open through the hips, and we're just gonna continue that movement. So again, just shifting all the way back, extending that right leg straight for that hamstring stretch, and then shifting it forward back into that lunge. Good. And let's go one more round. Good, and let's finish in this lunge position, looking forward. Good, now from there, all you're gonna do is face towards the front of the room. Keep the right foot where it's at, nice and turned out. Have your left leg out to the side, nice and straight. Good, and we're just gonna hold this stretch. Hands stay on the floor, you can look to the ground. Sink just as far as you can into that stretch, find that range of motion that works for you. Opening through the hip, stretching to that inner thigh. Good, and then we're gonna go to the other side. So all you're gonna do is shift, bend the knees, let the left knee bend, right leg stays out to the side. Hold that stretch. Sink those hips to the floor and just hold it there for a moment.
I've been fighting.
And then we're gonna be doing those lunges in the other side in just a moment. So stay on the left side, rotate those hips, look towards the left side of the room, lower the right knee down, and again, keep that left knee bent, foot between both those hands. You're gonna lean those hips forward, keep that right leg back behind you, chest slightly lifted off that thigh. Good, and just hold it there for a moment.
Out of my head, I got time for you. I got time for you, so be mine.
Good, now start to shift all the way back. Extend that left leg, flex the foot. Find that nice stretch in your hamstring. Leaning your chest towards that thigh.
Let me give it all to you.
Good, and then again, find that lunge. Walk the hands forward. Shift those hips forward as well, bending that left knee.
Let me give
Good, and then shift it all the way back. Find that hamstring stretch.
Let me give it all to you.
Good, and then walk it forward, back to that lunge. We'll do one more round here. Good, and last time, shift it back. Flex through that left foot as that leg extends.
Writing everything you'll be, 'cause everything you'll be is changing me.
And then as you walk the hands forward, bend that left knee, stay there. We're gonna rotate back to the front of the room, so find that lunge position. Now quickly, we're just gonna bend both knees right in the center. We're gonna have our palms down. Good, and we're opening through those legs. Take your right forearm on your right thigh, left forearm on your left thigh, and we're just gonna hold it. So let those hips really open, feel a good stretch here. You can sway from side to side, find what works for you. And just breathe into the nose, out to the mouth as we hold it. Each exhale, feel your body relax a little more, get a little bit deeper in that stretch. You guys. Now from there, place your palms on the mat, extend those legs, take your feet back to parallel position, and just let your head rest between both arms. Feel a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Let your body melt towards the floor, taking your chest towards those thighs. And if you want, you can cross those arms and hold on to the elbows And just rock yourself from side to side, getting a little deeper in that stretch. Good, you guys. Now all you're gonna do is keep your hands on the mat. Start to pull your feet together so you're nice and parallel, fist distance away. Once again, find a quick little stretch here, continuing to press your chest towards those thighs. You can keep a soft bend in those knees as we hold. If you want, you can even grab behind those ankles to pull your chest closer towards those thighs.
Can't seem to get you out of my head, out of my head.
All right, now let's start to roll up, softly bend the knees. Inhale, reach those arms all the way up. Let those hands clasp. Good, and as you take your first exhale, side bend over towards the right side, lengthening the side body. Good, nice little stretch here.
For ya, I got time. For ya, so be
Good, and then inhale, all the way back up to the center. Exhale, over to now the opposite side. Hold that stretch.
let me give it all to you.
Good, you guys. Keep a little soft bend in the knees. Inhale, pull all the way up. Exhale, let those arms relax. Now face towards your left side. We're gonna start to walk those hands out. You can bend your knees, walk them out to the top of the mat. From there, walk your feet back, lift those hips up. Find that downward dog, dropping your heels towards the floor. Feel a nice stretch in the calves. Chest is pressing towards the thighs. And we can start to pedal through those feet, dropping the left heel as you bend the right knee up in the center before you go to the other side. And just continue that movement each time, trying to press that heel a little further to the floor. Really hold that stretch.
You out of my head, out of my head. I got time. For ya, I got time.
Good, you guys. And if there's one calf that's feeling a little tighter than another, you can always hold a little bit longer with that side before you continue pedaling through the feet.
Let me give it all to you.
Now let's start to lift those heels, shift forward, find a plank position. That way you can slowly bend your elbows, so lower your body into that cobra, extend, press through those palms, lift that chest, keep that gaze forward, lengthening through that spine. Good, and then bend the elbows, melt your body all the way back on the mat, and repeat. Press those arms, let your gaze follow with you. Find that nice stretch, that upper spine. Try not to crunch in the lower back.
Let me give it all to you.
And then melt it right back down. And we'll go one more round with this movement.
Let me give it all to you. Wanna give it all to you.
Good, and as you lower down, you're gonna roll over onto your back. And laying all the way onto your back, let's have both arms by the side just to start. Keep that right leg straight out. Bend that left knee up to a tabletop. Now you're gonna drop your left knee over to the right side. Let that glute come off the mat. And then use that right palm to press into that left knee to drop it more towards the floor. And getting a nice stretch through that spine. You could take the left arm out to the side. Just hold it, melt into the mat. Feel a nice stretch here. Breathing through the nose, out through your mouth.
To get you out of my head, out of my head. I got time. For ya, I got time. For ya.
Now slowly pull that left leg back up to tabletop. From there, bend your right knee, foot flat on the floor. You're gonna cross that left ankle over the right knee, nice and turned out. Take both hands behind the right thigh, pull it towards you, and just find and hold that stretch. Flexing through the right foot. Good stretch here for that lower back. Good stretch for the glute as well. And if you want to get a deeper stretch, you can always extend that right leg and pull it closer in towards you.
Let me give it all to
Good, and bend that right knee. Slowly lower the foot, release that left foot on the mat. Now extend the left leg straight out, bend that right knee to that tabletop, let that right knee fall over to the left side, find that spine stretch. Good, and then take that right arm out to the side, and then you could take the left hand on the right knee to press it closer towards the floor to get a deeper stretch. Again, we'll just hold it here.
you. Be mine. Would you give me time to give it all to you? Give it all to you. Let me give it all to you. Wanna give it all to you.
And pull it all the way back up. Keep that right knee bent. Bend the left knee, foot on the floor. Take that right ankle over the left knee, nice and turned out. Hands go behind that left thigh. Start to pull it towards you. Find that stretch. Good. Again, if you want a deeper stretch, you can always extend that leg straight to help pull that leg closer in towards you.
Let me give it all to you. Let me give it all to you, yeah. Let me give it all to you. Let me give it all to you.
Good, and as you bend that left knee, lower the foot, hug both those knees in towards your chest. Good, and when you're ready, round yourself all the way up to sit nice and tall. Look towards the front of the room. All right, and you guys are all done. Great work. That was a nice, quick, and effective, gentle Pilates stretch to help improve flexibility and relieve all that tension in your body. So I hope you feel a lot better than you did when you started class. Thank you so much. That was also our day 5 of our week-long Pilates challenge. Only one more day to go, so make sure you tune in tomorrow for our last day of our challenge, which I'm so excited about. And thank you so much for joining me throughout this whole week. If you haven't done all the classes this week, you can always go back on my channel and do them. There's some really great workouts. But again, thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow and have a great rest of your night.